up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and you're watching the Red Cup Podcast, where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. And this is also where I have to just deal with all the technical issues myself. So I apologize, you guys, for coming in late, but we're here. When I tell you I am the engineer, I am the host, I am thumbnail girl, man, whatever you want to call it. I am that, I am she, I am, no, I'm not that. What's going on, you guys? Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's see who's in the building. Terrible People Podcast. Thank you so much for pulling up. Scoop, Sugar Shane, everybody. Thank you so much for pulling up. Loud and Clear, Donna, Bobby, Naomi, Smokey J. Thank you guys for pulling up. I appreciate you. Tyrone, Jared. Who else is in the building? The audio. What does it sound like? Hold on. Give me a second. What does it sound like now? Okay. It's a Monday. Oh, I hear it. It's a Monday. I'm not sure. It's out Monday, and we're doing this live. What does it sound like now? Out Monday, and we're doing this live. What does it sound like now? Okay, I think it sounds good. Let me know what you guys hear on your end. Good now? What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? I'm in here dealing with it all. Let me start again. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. And this is where I have to fix all the audio. All right. So hopefully that is the end of my technical issues today. Hopefully. Thank you, everybody, for pulling up. Thank you all. Let's go ahead and get right into it, okay? But first, before we get into it, I want to give a special shout out to one of our partners and sponsors, and that is HEIST, okay? So all of you ladies and all of you gentlemen here, because I have a lot of gentlemen that watch me. So all of you gentlemen, if you're looking for good gifts, okay, for your ladies, and ladies, if you just want to buy yourself something, because you know how we do, go ahead to HEIST, okay, and you can use my code Pop Culture Mika. They have all of the, I'm telling you, the fabulous undergarments, okay? Go to HEIST and put in Pop Culture Mika as the discount code, all right? Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to be doing a lot with this brand. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, because we're getting a lot of people wanting to be sponsors, and that is helping the platform. And people like you help our platform as well. All of your super chats, all of your thumbs up, your likes, all of that, your shares, it all helps. All right. So again, HEIST. You guys check HEIST out. Pop Culture Mika, use that code. 10% off. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it, because we got a lot to do today, and we're already behind. All right. All right, you guys. So I want to go ahead and get into our shots. Our shots is, you know, our small stories. We pour it up about it, but we only pour it up a little bit, but we still want to talk about it. So let's get into our first story here. All right. Now, our first story, of course, comes from none other than Nicki Minaj in Nigeria, because Nicki Minaj will be speaking as the first female rapper to speak at the UN on the Nigerian conflict topic. All right, here we go. I didn't know that.
Epstein. The U.S. president on Sunday night said Republicans in the House of Representatives should do so because, in his words, we have nothing to hide. The reversal of his recent position follows a slow drip feed of documents concerning the disgraced financier by House Democrats, some of which reference Trump, who has Petty, also known as Nicki Minaj, will be speaking at a United Nations event in New York, where she's expected to address reported jihadist attacks on Christians in Nigeria. Ms. Minaj will appear alongside United States Ambassador to the UN, Michael Waltz, and Alex Brozovitz, an advisor to U.S. President Donald Trump and the convener of the event. Confirming this report, which was first revealed on Sunday by Time Magazine's senior political correspondent Eric Cortisella via his X handle, Ambassador Michael Waltz praised the artist, describing her as not only arguably the greatest female recording artist, but also a principled individual who refuses to remain silent in the face of injustice.
All right, so this is a news channel in Africa, okay, preferably Nigeria. And they're talking about Nicki Minaj going tomorrow to the UN in New York to speak about the Nigerian conflict. As we all know, she's been very, 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 very vocal online about the Nigerian conflict. So I think it's an awesome thing that she's using her platform for something other than just, rap or something more than herself. So, and as a person that is a fan of Nicki Minaj, I definitely like this. I definitely like the fact that she's using her platform to, do politics, to use her platform to give a voice to the voiceless, and something that she actually cares about, and it's something with values, and it's family, it's humanitarian. So I definitely like it. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Now let's move on to something weirder. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Ariana Grande and this other lady named Cynthia, I think her last name is Evero, they have a weird relationship. Okay. So I wanted to talk about them a little bit, because for the simple fact is that I don't know what's going on, but it's absolutely weird. And I wanted to go through these couple of videos, because how this woman is acting about Ariana, you would think they were in some kind of relationship, but they're friends and they met during this movie. It's just absolutely weird how they're acting. So I want you guys to see this, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Here we go.
Are you okay?
So before Ariana's bodyguards got there, she got there. Okay. She strong armed that man, who I guess is a, crazed fan that jumped all over Ariana, but Cynthia did it. All right. So that's just one video that happened in the span of this week. Here is another, okay, where they're doing, questions about the movie, about Wicked. It's going around live. They have a whole thing with Wicked, okay? Watch this interaction. It's also very weird.
Today we get to do popular. Can you believe that we're doing that? It's going to be so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame. Here is the film. with all the tears.
I don't know what in the world is going on. I swear to goodness. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with this woman and Ariana Grande. Okay. But to me, this was just very weird. Her to take her hand out of this man's hand to, I don't know what that is, rub on it, or I don't know what it is. But it's weird. Like their relationship is absolutely weird, right? So here's more.
Even through this press tour, something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because the
The
thing is,
biggest pinch me moment for each of you on the set? Was it the day you arrived on the set or some special moment that happened during the filming of this for each of you? What was the biggest pinch me?
Even through this press tour, something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know.
First off, I just want to say the first time I seen this video, the first time I saw it, I thought she had like maybe a little knife or something around her neck. And then I realized that it was her nails. Okay. I've never seen nails outside of Cardi B. Nails that long. Okay. And I think those are longer than Cardi's. Those are absolutely insane. But all of this while she's talking and giving an interview, like I don't understand it. Like it's absolutely wild to me. So you guys, you let me know if you think all of this is just absolutely insane. Like it's trending right now because people find this weird. It's every interview, every place they show up together. This is what's happening. Like it's absolutely nuts. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you absolutely think about Ariana Grande and the witch that is Cynthia, I think Invero. Cynthia, let me know what you think about her. All right. All right. Because that's absolutely weird. So now I want to get into the NAACP. And here's my gripe with the NAACP. The NAACP was supposed to be for thin coloreds. It moved on to the change of name, African American, and now Black. However, those groups of people are the same people. And so that is what the NAACP was built around and for. All right. However, lately, the NAACP has been doing the most. And when I say the most, they are for the advancement of everybody else other than Black people, African Americans, coloreds. Okay. The only colored people that they've been concerned about lately is everybody else other than the Black ones, who they were supposed to be initially for. This right here, I saw today, was in response to the Charlotte raids, okay, by ICE. Now, the NAACP has gotten on my nerves for the past couple of weeks. We already know that they went to town to go stomp for the Democratic white woman in Virginia instead of the Black woman. Okay. That was one thing. And now this year, they're doing this. I want you guys to see this.
I want to start with reminding everyone within the sound of our voices that it was immigrants who built this country. Africans who were enslaved, who had no opportunity for freedom or even freedom of thought, were in fact immigrants. Now, we're talking about immigration as if it's something over there or over there. But the harm to every immigrant is harm to every one of us. In this country, we want to believe that the Constitution has protected us all, and in fact, it has not. But that doesn't mean that we can't work to ensure that it does. In the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, there are people standing behind me who have committed to ensure we are going to protect the people of this residence. We hope that includes all of you. From 2016 to 2020, I would go to hearings to stop deportations. And in those hearings, there'd be no one there but myself and maybe two other people. So this is not a new concept. This is a more egregious concept. We have a little man sitting in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue
Not a little man,
who
child.
really believes that Hitler was the greatest man ever on earth, whose whole vision is to be just like Hitler, and is trying to create a 1940s Germany right here in the United States. And like then, many people said, well, it's them, it's not me, until eventually it was them. We can no longer be silent. Our responsibility is to understand our responsibility as a human being. Yes. To care.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First of all, okay, she's trying to do what all the Democrats are doing. And as you can see, it's just the NAACP and the white liberals, right? She's trying to do what all of them are doing, which is combine slavery and illegal immigration, okay, to a country. It's absolutely not the same thing. It's not even remotely close, which is what gets on my nerves, because they try to use this same thing to have, Black folks do all this empathy for people that are here illegally. Okay? And let's just keep this ball rolling. They're here illegally. Meanwhile, they've gotten free housing. They've gotten money from taxpayers. Okay, they've gotten a lot in the last 4 years that I haven't seen, Black people get. I haven't seen white people get it. Okay, I haven't seen Americans, people that were born here, maybe poor, maybe this, that, and the third. Okay, now I am not a socialist, so no, I don't agree with just giving people stuff. But by golly, if I'm going to give anybody anything, I'm going to give it to people from this country. So we have done just that. We've given our tax dollars to people that aren't even from here, and housed and clothed and fed them. Okay, we did it under the Obama administration, and we did it the last 4 years. So I'm trying to figure out who is the NAACP for, because they're definitely not for Black people. I don't know the advancement of everybody else that's colored. That's what they ought to call themselves. Because at the end of the day, I don't see them doing any activities or any proactiveness in Black communities. So at this point, who are the colored people? You can't make this stuff up. And they want you to have an emotional reaction to what's going on with illegal immigration. Meanwhile, they won't come and help you out with anything. The NAACP only shows up when they think there's going to be a big lawsuit, something involving the police that they can politicize. And if you actually look back, they've been doing this. They've been doing this since Rosa Parks. Okay? Because that's a whole event. That's not actually something that occurred. That's a whole event. But I'll leave that there. But this is what, happened with the NAACP. This is what happened. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the NAACP getting out there stumping for illegals. Okay? Stumping for illegal immigrants when you have things that you could be trying to make advancement for the colored people that you were supposed to be serving, the colored people that you were built by. But again, everything attached to the Democratic Party just shows its true colors. Everything. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Now, last but not least, here on Shots, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, a gentleman by the name of Nick Shirley got kicked out of DC. Well, he didn't get kicked out of DC. He got kicked out of the hood. Okay. I don't know who told him this. Okay. I am from Washington, D.C. I am from Northwest D.C., which is a very affluent area. Okay. I don't know who told him if he goes to D.C. to go to Southeast. But by golly, Nick Shirley did man on the street in Southeast D.C. And this is what happened. Watch.
How do you feel about the government shutdown?
I feel sorry for the people that
that is involved, but don't bother me at all.
And have you guys lost any benefits?
Well, I'm on food stamps, so next month I won't receive food stamps. And I really need these food stamps because I only receive.
Okay, we were just talking with them.
Y'all gotta do this. Y'all gotta do this like a type of way.
All right.
Do you know where you're at right now?
Yeah, in Anacostia. They said to come here, doing a video on the government shutdown.
No, not over here.
Go more that way.
No, just get out of this southeast. Go up if you want interviews. Like go up northwest or something.
All right, sounds good. We'll get out of here. Within 5 minutes of being here in Anacostia, we got drug dealers mad at us on the corner, and then the police said this is not the right space to be doing these interviews at. This is where everyone told us to come to Washington, D.C. if we want to talk to people that had potentially been losing their SNAP benefits, but that's what has happened. We got kicked out real quick. How do you feel about the government?
Nick. Okay. Who told you to go to Southeast? Okay. Who told you to go there? Because Southeast, I don't even go to. Okay. And I'm just being for real. I don't go, right? Because I don't like to look over my shoulder. I don't like any of that. Okay. And on top of that, they have, crews, gangs, whatever you guys want to call them. They have that out there. And on top of that, you are a white man. You stick out like a sore thumb sitting in Anacostia. And then you're on corners where there are drug dealers. Like, I have absolutely no idea what he was thinking. Because he clearly can tell that they're drug dealing. And you thought that was safe. You thought being a white man talking to individuals on the street in front of drug dealers was a smart idea. Like, I understand you want to go where, the more impoverished may be. And so you can, talk clearly and directly to that group, that demographic. I understand it. It's just not smart. It's not smart because they don't have any problem with hurting their own. What did you think was going to happen to you? It's just not smart. And, content creators, I get it. A lot of people always ask me why I haven't done man on the street. This is why I don't do man on the street. Okay? Because I'm going to need some type of armed security. Do you see that? This is why you don't do it. Okay? You got people like this. You got people who want to punch people in the face. Okay? You got people who spit on people, all types of stuff. And no, that's not happening. Okay? It's not happening. And I don't want to put myself in a position where I got to shoot somebody. So no, that's absolutely not happening. Absolutely, the man on the streets are not happening until I have, Secret Service. It's not happening. It's absolutely ridiculous. But this is what Nick Shirley decided to do. He decided to go to Anacostia. Okay. Honestly, it's the best real estate in DC, right? Because it's right on the river. But it is a dangerous place. It's a very dangerous place. And it's unfortunate, but it is. And Nick should have known better. He went out there by himself. I guess some people will give him props for going out there, but that is absolutely insane that he decided to take himself out of there. But, it is what it is. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about all these stories. What did you think about Nick Shirley just showing up to Anacostia and he only spent 5 minutes there before, the YNs rolled up on him and told him, he had to get out of here. Okay. And the police, they saw that coming because he stuck out like a sore thumb. It just is what it is. Right. And then let me know what you thought about the NAACP and their cry to Black people to say, come help the illegals, because you'll say, well, it's not me, but it can very well be you later. That's the scare tactic that they're doing. They're going with that. Nobody's falling for it. So let me know what you guys think about that. And then let me know what you guys think about Ariana Grande and that weird woman, Cynthia. Because it's just absolutely weird what they're doing together. I don't even know what they're doing together, but it's all weird. You guys get down in the comments. like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think about it. All right, you guys. Let me go ahead and read these super chats really quick. And shout out to Mike That Dude on Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We have Magnetar with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Mika, today is my birthday. Hey. So that means you wasn't at the feds. You weren't at the feds today. Happy birthday, Magnetar. I took off of work. Your tax dollars should still be safe while I'm out. Until they get rid of the IRS, my tax dollars are never safe. And I live in the state of Maryland. They're never safe. Thank you so much for the super chat and happy birthday. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. What you doing for your birthday? Let me know what you're doing for your birthday. All right. We have the 199 super chat from my girl Kelly. What's going on, Kelly? What did she say? They are they are a Les witch couple, and I'm pretty much inclined to believe that. Yeah. You're probably right. You're absolutely probably right. Absolutely. You're probably right. Thank you so much, Kelly. I should have known. Let's see here. Taurus Prince with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I knew the NAACP was BS from that scene in what? A Time to Kill. Oh, in the movie. I gotta rewatch that to see when the NAACP was in there. But I do remember that movie. Oh, yes. You're absolutely correct. When they went down there and raised all that money with the pastor. Yes, I remember. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Well, they got NAACP paid right down to the penny. Thank you so much. I appreciate your super chat. And then we have Eric Watson with the $19.99 super chat. Thank you, love. All right. What does it say? The left continues to lose me more and more. All they do is regurgitate the same arguments, the same talking points. Let's start demanding something for our votes, or we will get nothing. You know, I had the support. Oh, thank you. Gracias. Thank you guys for supporting. I appreciate it. And again, thank you also for you guys supporting on Cash App as well. I appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Which one we got here first? Okay, let's go ahead and get into the SNAP situation. All right, 42 million people, and I say people for a reason. 42 million people have to reapply for SNAP. Now, the internet was going off. Okay, the internet was going off because they were seeing that, yeah, you guys are going to have to reapply for SNAP. It is what it is, right? Well, they didn't like that very much. And so it became, a whole issue because a lot of people didn't like the fact that people were going to be, quote unquote, kicked off and then have to reapply. So when I started to hear this, I wanted to hear actually what was really going on. Like when you listen to things on the internet, it usually doesn't tell the whole story. So I want to start here with the gossip, and then we'll move into what the government actually said. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
The administration says this will cut down. Something very interesting happening with SNAP benefits. And this could impact, or will impact actually, millions of people across the country. And most have no idea it's coming. That's why I'm making this video. So here's the deal. The Trump administration is pushing a major change to how people on SNAP, that's the food assistance program, get their benefits. Right now, people only have to reapply once a year. Under the new proposal, they would need to reapply every 6 months. The administration says this will cut down on waste and make sure only people who truly qualify stay on the program. Now, critics are already sounding the alarm. They say this could knock families off benefits just because the paperwork gets harder. They argue that millions of low-income people already struggle with red tape, and this will make it worse. Food banks are worried too. They say if a bunch of people suddenly lose their benefits, doors are going to get slammed. Now, the USDA says the goal is simple: accountability and reducing fraud. Opponents say it's unnecessary and could create chaos for people who rely on this program. But there is evidence that there is massive fraud in this program. I'm here in Michigan, where they have major issues with SNAP and fraud. So this will be happening in the near future. Let me know what you're thinking about this in the comments.
All right. So that is, I guess, the, word on the internet streets. Okay. The internet streets always talk, always, are very insightful, but that is the word, that a lot of people are very scared that they're going to lose their benefits. Okay. Because most of them probably don't qualify. All right. One of the things that I heard when the government shut down was nail techs were saying that they were seeing less clients because these clients usually have EBT cards, and now they have to spend their money on food. So they can't come get their nails done. It was a glorious thing. Absolutely a glorious thing. Okay. I pretty much do my own nails. All right. I do my own nails, and most of the time I do like a light polish or a clear polish. How is it that somebody that I'm subsidizing can go get their nails done? Absolutely not. Like, I can afford to get my nails done, but I like doing them myself most of the time. How is it that you are starving, but you can go get your nails done? The lowest I've ever seen nails cost maybe $55. Yeah, about $55 at the low end. That's the low end. That's probably a basic. But yet, you're starving. Absolutely not. So I agree with this. So let's go ahead and see what the government actually said, because this went viral. Here we go.
On day one, when I was sworn in, which was earlier this year in February, the very first thing I did was send letters to every single state in America and said, never before has the federal government asked for the data, but it is a new day. President Trump is the president. We know there's a lot of fraud. We need to help partner with you all to figure out how to make sure that this money and these benefits go to those who truly need it and not rife with fraud and corruption. 29 states, mostly the red states, responded with their data sets February, March, April. So the numbers that you're talking through, those are numbers that we have been collecting and analyzing since early summer, late spring. The fact that this spotlight shined on SNAP has allowed us to talk about it. But here's the most unbelievable news I have really just over the last few days, that 5,000 dead people, that was just 1 month. The number is closer to 186,000 deceased men and women and children in this country are receiving a check. Now, that is what we're really going to start clamping down on. 500,000 are getting 2. But here's the really stunning thing. This is just data from those 29 mostly red states. Can you imagine when we get our hands on the blue state data, what we're going to find? It's going to.
That's going to be your 40 million right there. When you get your hands on the data of the blue states, ma'am, that's going to be 40 million. You found 2 million so far in your 19 red states. When you do your blue states, that's the rest of it. That's the 40 million. It's absolutely insane. Okay. So when I heard that, I said, I gotta see and hear more about this dead people. She said, not 1 check, try 2. It's absolutely insane. Here she is again talking about it, but specifically dead people collecting 2 checks.
The USDA said all eligible families getting their full benefits today, while the Trump administration announces an overhaul of that program. You're requiring every SNAP participant to reapply as part of a crackdown on fraud. You pointed out data from 29 states showing 186,000 deceased individuals were still receiving benefits. 120 people under arrest for fraud so far. On top of that, New York requirements and a $186 billion budget cut also taking effect. So what? Somebody died and their heirs started receiving their SNAP benefits? Secretary, what happened?
It's just incredible. And, you know, within the first hour of me being sworn in February, this was one of my very first things that we did. We sent a letter to every state. We said business as usual is over. The status quo is no more. We know that the SNAP program is rife with fraud, but it's all anecdotal. This was last February, that we have no data. How is it true that the taxpayers through the federal government fund this $100 billion program every single year, but we don't even know whether it's being done correctly, what the accountability looks like? We want that data ourselves. As I mentioned, 29 states complied, mostly the red states. And what we have found since we started getting that data late spring of this year is just stunning. As you mentioned, 186,000 deceased individuals receiving benefits, 500,000 people getting more than two times the benefit. So they're getting it in one place and then they're getting it in another place. The same person. We found thousands of individuals that were getting benefits in 3 to 4 or 5, 6 different states. I mean, it is one thing after another. And this is just from the red states. Can you imagine when we get through litigation and we get that data from California, New York, Oregon? We know under Biden, the program increased 40%. Of course, we believe
40%. The program increased by. I wonder why. I wonder why. When I saw that, I said, absolutely not. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Okay. This is ridiculous because there are families that are actually starving. Okay. That could use the money. All right. But here's the thing. You don't get it if you actually have a family. And I do mean a cohesive unit. All right. The mother, the father, and the children. You can't get it. And those would be the people that I would think you would want to help, right? They just need a little leg up and somebody's working. Maybe both parents are working and they just need a little help. And then boom, they can get off because they're working. And they can get over the hump of whatever's dragging them down. Right? No, we give it to the person that is able-bodied, but never goes to work, doesn't want to go to work. Make sure they don't, if they do work, they don't go over a certain amount just so their benefits won't get cut off. It's absolutely insane. A lot of people game the system, right? And then that's just one part. You have the illegals who are definitely gaming the system. They come over here. Okay, they have children who are U.S. citizens, okay, and they're the guardians. So now they're getting the benefits because their children are the beneficiaries because they are U.S. citizens. That's a whole game. It's a whole game. That's how they get around. Oh, well, we don't give it to illegals. No, not directly, indirectly, because the legal child that's there and legally can get SNAP is with the legal immigrant. Mm-hmm. That's how they get around it. That's exactly how to get around it. Yeah. See, I can't say the A word, okay, when it comes to these folks, because they have been clamping down on YouTubers for that word. Okay. So if you wonder why I'm using the other word, that's why. Okay. They will not come in between me and my progress. All right. But that's why I'm using the other word. But nevertheless, this is what they're doing with our tax dollars. All right. This is how they're getting around saying that they're not giving it to the illegals directly. Yes. Yes. In the chat. Yes. That word. So that's how they're getting around it. All right. And so I really honestly and truly think that this is a great idea. Have people reapply every 6 months because things could change. You could have gotten a great job, and now you have a great job and can afford whatever, but you get to spend the rest of the year with tax dollars that can go to help somebody else or go back in my pocket? Like, I don't understand. What is the problem with that? But a lot of people do have a problem with it. A lot. You would be surprised. But I'm not. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about, the Department of U.S. Agriculture and the secretary here saying that, hey, you guys are going to have to reapply. All 42 million of you, probably 2 million Americans, and the other 40, you know what it is. So let me know what you guys think about that, because I think it's absolutely insane, first of all, that many people, okay, are on SNAP. That's literally a whole population. So Black people are about, I want to say 43 million. That's the entire population of people. So you take an entire population of SNAP people. They can match another population inside the United States. It's absolutely insane. It's so wild. You can't tell me that those are all Americans. I know it. And you can't tell me that they're all living. She just told it. Okay. So it is what it is. And I hope they do clean this up. Okay. The Democrats aren't talking about this. The mainstream media isn't talking about it. And I wonder why. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about all of that. All right. Let me go ahead and get to the super chats really quick before we move on to our main topic of the night. Miss Kelly with the $3 super chat. I just don't want any illegals on Snap. Let me tell you something about Kelly. She does not mince words. Okay. She's like NICKI. I said what I said, and I love it. Thank you so much, Kelly. They're coming off them and dead people that get 2 checks. How are you dead and get 2 checks? That is wild. We have Wheezy Unfiltered with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing with your knowledge, Mika. Oh, thank you. And of course, you are beautiful inside and out too. Oh. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. And thank you so much for the super chat, Wheezy. I appreciate it. Oh, I like that picture too. Okay. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate you guys for being in here. Let's go ahead and get into Epstein. So you guys already know I was in here struggle streaming. Having technical issues. So literally it dropped like most of my Epstein stuff, but luckily for me, I have it saved. So I just had to pull them all back up. But we're here. We got it. It's just been a day. Okay. A day. So if you guys haven't been following the news lately, Epstein, of course, is in the media, is in the news after the shutdown because the Democrats decided to bring it back up because they don't want to talk about that awful shutdown that they got nothing out of. I absolutely don't even know why they shut it down. Like, I would have preferred them to keep it closed, would have gave them some type of credence, because if you close something for 40 something days and you got nothing out of it, you wasted everybody's time. Okay. Like, I don't even know what it was for, except to have Americans feel pain enough to go vote Democrat on those few little elections. That's the only thing that I can come up with, because otherwise it's nasty and cruel. They talk about Donald Trump, but the Democrats are just absolutely cruel. However, Epstein, if you guys don't know, a lot of his emails, quote unquote, got leaked. All right. But the Washington Post came up with some text messages. Okay. And when I tell you the Democrats play a dirty game. I told you guys they play a dirty game. However, I want to go down a few avenues with this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. So let's do that. But let's go ahead and get into the Washington Post and what they had to say about the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. All right. And I'm also going to play this new survivors video because this is a video that they put out. And I hate, honestly, I hate that the mainstream media is using these women for propaganda purposes because they're only after Trump. They don't care about any of these women, honestly, because if they did, they would have kept going after Epstein and they didn't. So I know they don't care about them. But let's go ahead and get into all of this right now. Okay, here we go.
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
There are about 1,000 of us.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
So that's the campaign that's out right now for the release of the Epstein files, okay? So in light of that, this is what the Washington Post put out about the Democrats and the Congresswoman who not only texted Jeffrey Epstein, but Jeffrey Epstein gave her pointers on what to do and how to ask Republicans about Donald Trump. They call him a predator and all of this other stuff, a pedo, but they had no problem with sitting there, going back and forth with him, thanking him for all the information, talking with them. Oh yeah, the Democrats did that. And the Washington Post put it all out there. Here we go.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only Black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is the Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
All right. So the reason why you see these text messages at the bottom, because this Congresswoman did exactly what Jeffrey Epstein told her to do. Okay. So let's go through this really quick. So I'm going to mute the sound. So Stacey Plaskett is the delegate for the Virgin Islands, because you know they don't get a vote. All right. And so she's the delegate for them, right? And it says you'll see that the hearing matches the text messages on what Jeffrey Epstein told this woman to do. All right. And so he's watching. He's watching. He said, "Are you chewing? Are you chewing?" That's what Jeffrey Epstein is saying. Are you chewing? Okay. Absolutely not. But this is what he's text messaging her. You see her head keeps going down, right? Okay. Let's move on. She texts back, "Not anymore." Do you see her chewing? Do you see her chewing? This is a casual conversation with a pedo. Now, Donald Trump gets mentioned in an email, but she's actively texting this man. She's literally like, that's what she's doing. And it's absolutely okay. This is fine. But if Donald Trump is mentioned, because they all said that there's nothing in there that they've seen thus far that says he's done something like pedo. But she's actively texting this man. And this is after when we know what we know. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Boom. Now we get to Michael Cohen. That's who this guy is right here. Okay. That's who she's about to talk to. And here's Jeffrey Epstein. Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of the secrets. Okay. Now this is where I'm going to turn the sound back on.
My privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even
Yeah,
today
she's looking
in a written
now.
submission that contradicted your testimony.
So she asked, "Rona, question mark.
You have suggested you are going to review that. Did you review? Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record? Yes or no?"
Yes.
She says, "Quick, I'm up next." She's literally actively texting Jeffrey Epstein, "Quick, I'm up next. I'm up next. So I need you to provide me with information." Do you understand that this is not legal? But let's continue.
Question: You helped out the president's campaign, or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman. Even in your words today, it was your idea for the campaign dating.
Jeffrey says that's his assistant because she asked, "Who's Rona?"
Back to 2011. Is that accurate? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Uh-huh.
The
You got to
Trump
quickly give us
organization.
as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's Rona?
Ms. Rona. What is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is the Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's.
Good work. This is what he texted her. Good work. Good work. And I hate to point it out, but it had to be a black chick. This is absolutely wild. When I tell you the Democratic Party has no problem with throwing their quote unquote number ones under the bus, they don't have a problem with that. Okay. They will allow you to go ahead and do that. If you think that they don't know that that woman was texting Jeffrey Epstein, you're wildly mistaken. This is absolutely insane. You know what? You're right. You're right. Well, she is, but she's not FBA. She's from the Caribbean. However, again, they didn't use any white liberals for this. I wonder why. I wonder why. Because you have these thirsty politicians that want to make a name for themselves, Ratchet Crockett included. All right. They want to make a name for themselves. Ayanna Presley, bald-headed Ayanna Presley. Okay. Just do anything. They will do anything to make a name for themselves. And this is one of the things that they are willing to do. The man literally said, good work. She's texting back and forth. The man said, are you chewing gum? Sir, absolutely not. Absolutely not. A whole pedo is telling this woman, are you chewing gum? As if it's a crime. And she replied, I'm not now. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up.
Involved in a lot that went on.
And that is exactly why they knew certain things. Because Jeffrey Epstein also had TDS, okay? Trump derangement. Now, his Trump derangement didn't work out for him so well. However, he also had Trump derangement because he thought that Trump was the reason that he got busted, okay? Now, this fella right here, all right, is the fella that's talking to Jeffrey Epstein, okay, on those emails. And he said that Jeffrey Epstein thought Trump called the authorities. Now, every newscaster will say, oh my God, if Trump knew, okay, so maybe he's not a pedo, but if Trump knew, how come he didn't call the authorities? Well, Epstein thought he did. Here we go.
He's threatened to sue him, even though they're friends. He's threatened to sue him over this deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As I say, rich men break down over real estate disputes. At any rate, at that point, Epstein's legal problems began. The police began to investigate him over allegations that he was that there were underage women coming to his house. Epstein believed that it was Trump who first informed the police about what was going on at Epstein's house. And from that point on, they were nothing but bitter enemies.
And this is what he's telling you. This is one of the instances of what he's telling you. That,
yes.
That
So,
the following
yes,
happened.
that is the version of this related by Epstein.
Okay.
Yes.
He's threatened to sue him, even though they're
yes.
friends. He's threatened to sue him over this deal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As I say, rich men break down over real estate disputes.
So, as you can see, if you put those stupid emails together, the reason why he's talking about Trump so much is because, one, Trump is a shrewd real estate man, okay? He's going to get the deal. Whether he got to knock you out the park, you know what it is. It is what it is. And not only did Jeffrey Epstein lose a deal, a real estate deal, Trump was like, hey, now you coming to Mar-a-Lago and you're snatching up young chicks from here. Okay, no, you got to go, and I'm calling the authorities on you. Absolutely not. You will not do this. So for the life of me, I don't understand why Democrats don't get that Jeffrey Epstein himself not only said in the emails that he didn't like Trump and how Trump was doing these deals, and he didn't like how Trump, kicked him out as if he was a member, because he said, I was never a member of Mar-a-Lago. And now you have this gentleman who is on the emails with him, okay? This is Wolf. This is him, all right? You have him saying that Jeffrey Epstein thought Trump was the one that, as they say, on the streets, dropped the dime, snitched, all that good stuff. Okay? He's the rat, whatever you want to say. He thought that was Donald Trump. So, yes, there is a hatred there. So he's going to continue to be naming him. And he knows that the Democrats don't want him to be president. Oh, he has an in. Okay, I'm going to talk to you. Because all of you guys want to take him down, right? And that's why when he said in the emails, yeah, I'm the one that can take him down, not because of no pedo stuff, because he knows that he can get to the Democrats because they want to take him down so bad. Okay, let's give them you know, some deals about this or deals about that. That's all you got. That's all you got. Absolutely insane. And what I find even more insane is the fact that we have on NBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks about 8 or 9 people there. All right. You just saw these people on a campaign, right? You just saw them. All of these people here say Trump didn't do anything. Literally verbatim.
I do have to ask, and I know, and it's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
I do have to ask, and I know, and
just ask one more time.
It's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
I do.
No, absolutely not. Okay, look at these people. Look at them. These are the same
I think we're compelled to.
women. Okay, the same women you just saw on the campaign. That's why I showed it. They've already said that he didn't do anything. What are we talking about? That's why Donald Trump keeps saying it's a hoax. He's not saying it's a hoax that these women were or were not hurt. Okay, he's not saying that. He's saying literally that the Democrats know all this stuff is made up. You got Jeffrey Epstein up there telling Virgin Island Stacey Platt, oh yeah, do this, do that. Stop chewing your gum. Yeah, do this, do that. Ask him this. Ask him who's Bona. Da 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 da. Okay. You got him up there feeding information to reporters, okay? Because that's who Wolf is. He is a reporter, journalist, whatever you want to call it. You have them feeding them information. You have these Democratic operatives that he knows that he can get into because he knows one of the biggest ones of all, okay? He knows one of the biggest Democratic operatives of all. And y'all know who that is. Bill Clinton. Okay. Bill Clinton. That's Bill Clinton right there. Okay. There's Jeffrey Epstein. There's young women. You've seen the cover photo. It is what it is, right? He's been on that island multiple times. Multiple times. Okay. Multiple times.
Well, we know he was on the plane, not only on the plane a couple times, multiple times. He traveled internationally with Jeffrey Epstein. And he was on the plane called the Lolita Express because it supposedly had a bed in there where Jeffrey Epstein had young girls. He has been a friend of his, a continuing friend of his for years and years. Contrast that with Donald Trump, who hasn't spoken to him in many years, over a decade, after he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago for bad behavior. So that's the difference there. And I think Americans see the two-tier justice system. But, you know, we don't know. They're saying Clinton has not been to his private island, but he has traveled all over the world with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know.
Chad, Bill Clinton is a liar.
Why AG Garland and the Justice Department are so quiet on this tonight. You know, they're out there labeling parents domestic terrorists, yet they're saying nothing about this. And these documents were so slow to come out. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business in this country, and Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for 20 years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child, a victim, or a cooperating defendant by some chance against some potential case against Ghislaine Maxwell. And I think Mark Garagos, as a great criminal defense attorney, will back that up as well.
So no charges. None at all. Okay? No charges. And let's get into really quick these emails, supposedly, right? Let's see if I can blow this up really quick. All right. So you have this email here that says victim, right? And again, he's talking to Wolf, okay? And in this email, Jeffrey Epstein says Virginia's name. That's who this woman is right here. Okay, Virginia's book just came out a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about it here. However, Virginia already gave a testimony about Donald Trump, about Bill Clinton, and that's what you see here. Okay, that's what all this is. She already gave testimony about all of these people, including Prince Andrew. Okay, Prince Andrew is being stripped of his title right now, literally stripped of his title because of Virginia. Virginia outed him. And so when you think about all of these things, you think about why is it that they fight so hard to place Donald Trump as a pedophile? Okay. When they know who the pedos are. They know who the pedos are. They know who the pedos are up there on Capitol Hill. They know. Y'all remember Pizzagate and all that other stuff. And it's funny that, we're so concerned with emails now, but we weren't concerned with Hunter Biden's emails that actually have pedo stuff on it. Okay. And it's the actual files because he was so reckless at leaving his laptop just at any old place, a government issued laptop, any old place. So they are his files. Okay. And then you have all of this information, Vanity Fair, all of these people saying that Bill Clinton didn't want Vanity Fair to run Virginia's story. Like that was news. And last but not least, what you see on the thumbnail is literally what was hanging up in Jeffrey Epstein's apartment. And not one iota of questioning. Oh, we know Bill Clinton's in the files. Well, why is he in the files? Why? Not mentioned in the file. He's actually on the docket. Why? And why did Virginia name him by name? Like you can't make it up. But they will go the extra mile to tell you, this one email, you got 20,000 emails, but that one is the smoking gun. Get out of here. Get out of here. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. There's no way you're going to tell me that Donald Trump literally bypassed all of that and became president twice? Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No, sir. Absolutely not. I definitely know that's not true. It's not true at all. Now, last but not least, we have to get into, let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Because it's been a day. I wanted to get into, the stupid debate that was on CNN, but I probably might not be able to find it because it dropped. Yeah. It is what it is. The thing about it is Donald Trump is being accused by multiple news sources, and I hope he sues. Okay, I hope he sues Jen Psaki or Psaki, whatever her last name is. She's over there on MSNBC or BS Now, as it's called. But she's over there. I hope he sues CNN. I hope he sues all of them because they're absolutely ridiculous. Because they're all saying that he's a pedo. when there's nothing to suggest such. And now some of them are trying to backtrack this week because they don't want to be sued after what just happened with the BBC. Okay? They're getting sued for billions for saying that Donald Trump caused the riot and they spliced the tape or they spliced the video. It's absolutely insane. So that's why I have this hat on today, because Donald Trump is right about everything. Okay. I don't think he always says the right things. I don't think Donald Trump always does the right thing. You know, he may have, lapse in judgment when it comes to how he should release things, because I think he should just release the files. All this back and forth, things like that. Like, I get it. And I understand why, right? I understand what he's doing, but just go ahead and release it. Just go ahead and do it. I don't think Donald Trump does everything correctly, but I'm telling you 9 times out of 10, he's right. He's right. He knows who it is. He knows. So I'm actually glad that all of this is coming out, and I'm happy to see exactly who you're going to actually see, because the Dems think they're doing something smart. They're only going to hurt themselves. Chuck is about to get out of Dodge. Nancy already out. Okay. They're not touching Hillary. So who you think is going to come down to? The Democrats that's sitting there. Absolutely. It's just absolutely wild. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of that. What did you think about the Washington Post exposing the fact that that woman sat up there and was text messaging Donald Trump's attorney at the time, Michael Cohen, okay, was texting with Jeffrey Epstein about Michael Cohen, and she's talking to him in a hearing at Congress while texting Jeffrey Epstein. It's wild. And I bet you she won't be arrested. The mainstream media isn't talking about it. I haven't seen the Washington Post story anywhere. Nowhere. Haven't seen it. It's absolutely insane. But you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of that. What you think about the campaign from the survivors, and let me know what you think about the video that you saw of the survivors saying that he didn't do it. Okay? Meanwhile, you got Bill Clinton. There's plenty of pictures, just like Hunter Biden. There's plenty of information. There's plenty of people. And the one and only Virginia, who they say unalived herself, which I don't believe. The one that had the smoking gun, she's gone. The one that didn't mind speaking up, she's gone. But she put in her book, and she put on social media multiple times, Trump had nothing to do with it. And she testified in a court of law. Never saw Trump do anything. That's how you know it's definitely a witch hunt. So you guys, thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate it. Let me get to the last of the super chats. Okay. Here we go. This past weekend, I went to 29 Palms, California. Okay. To see the Milky Way galaxy at Joshua Trees National Park. Okay. Also seen Cygnus constellations. The federal government paying you good. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm absolutely glad you had a good time. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Magnetar. All right, you guys. So look, I had a great time, even though I was in here struggling, streaming. Okay. I was struggling streaming because of all the technical issues that just all happened at once. I absolutely couldn't stand it. But nevertheless, the show must go on. So thank you guys for pulling up anyway. Thank you to my girl Kelly. Thank you to Loud and Clear, KRWN. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you to iDizzy. I always Thank you so much. Menelik. I think I'm saying it right, Lord. I hate that I messed that up. Thank you so much for supporting the show, though. I appreciate you. Like I said, Dizzy. Thank you so much. Who else we got in the building? Thank you so much. EN4C. What is it? Enforcer. I'm gonna say that's Enforcer. Enforcer 2K9. That's just a different way of spelling it. Okay. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Sugar Shane. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Ruckus' nephew. Thank you so much. Thank you, Artifacts. I appreciate you. Thank you, George Everett. I appreciate you. Thank you, Bernard Whipple. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alyssa. Who else we have in the building? Thank you, Christopher Chapman. Thank you. I appreciate you for pulling up. Who else we have in the building? I'm trying to get everybody. Tyrone, Scoop, Kippy. Thank you. Kill Pie. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm trying to Loso Way. Thank you. Scoop. Cases come with Daniel Cunningham. Now, what's behind that? But thank you for pulling up. Empire Foundation, thank you so much. Alicia, 1976, thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you, True Patriot. I appreciate you. Thank you. Larry Walker, thank you so much. You guys, thank you so much for pulling up. If I didn't get to your name, I am sorry. Thank you, Magnetar, Wheezy, Smokey J, all you guys. Thank you. Ian, I saw you in the building. Lady Candy, thank you. Gerard, Clark, I thank you. Kwame, Donna, as always. Outlaw, I see you in the building. Chess Champ 1000, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate every last one of you. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.